Hey guys, what's up? It's Greg Shrivasti with the Deepest Dream YouTube channel and CinemAddicts podcast. Here's my quick and spoiler-free review of The Recruit. It's headlined by Noah Centineo and Laura Haddock. They're both fantastic in the show. Both give inspired, outstanding performances, and especially Laura Haddock's character, which we're going to get into in a second, a complete standout. And it's pretty much, if you have complaints about The Recruit, you may. I don't think you're going to complain about their performance. I think both of them do such a great job that they really saved the show, and they elevated the show from being a middling spy thriller series to an above average experience for me. I do have a couple of caveats, though. There are a couple of things that I want to mention that may actually dissuade you from actually watching The Recruit. Again, this review will be spoiler free. Let's get to the quick plot line, and I'm not going to really delve into the full details of the series because Netflix, they were telling the reviewers not to give too much away regarding the plot details, but I'm going to give you guys a surface level talk about what it's about, just a big picture. Okay, so Noah Centineo, he plays Owen Hendricks. Owen's a CIA lawyer, and pretty much on the first day of his job, he is tasked with something that is very, very dangerous. There is a former asset who sent a mail, and he's going over all these messages from just different people, and he spots and flags down this letter from a former asset. This former asset, her name is Max, and Max is played by Laura Haddock. Max is currently in prison, and she is threatening the government that she will spill a lot of agent secrets and identities and operations, etc. She's going to pretty much blow the top off the roof if she does not receive some kind of rescue or escape from prison or basically a get out of jail free card from the government. So if her needs are not met, she's going to spill the beans. She's going to be a big whistleblower, and it could really ruin a lot of people in the highest branches of the government. So that is a premise of The Recruit, and it starts off. What's interesting is there's eight episodes. There's a section that, again, without revealing too many plot details, there are just different types of chapters and sections and plot lines that you may like one over the other. Personally, I really love the first half of the series where you get to really learn about these two main characters and how, look, Owen gets deeper, and as time goes on, Owen gets deeper and deeper and into this mess that just because he's a very brave and courageous and sometimes foolhardy soul, he gets himself really way in over his head in trying to help this asset named Max, okay? And he finds out that Max, their relationship obviously starts in jail, where he's trying to get her out of jail, okay? And you get to really see their chess game within each other as they play against each other. Obviously, Max is the more intellectual. Well, she has a lot more experience than Owen, and even though Owen's a little bit inexperienced, maybe throughout the storyline he might actually catch up with her regarding manipulation and knowledge as well. Anyways, the characterization of Max is very interesting. You get to learn about her backstory, and she has a very dark backstory and very interesting one as well. I just thought that Laura Haddock just leapt off the screen for me. She was very, very memorable, and the character is just an unabashed. She's a charmer, but mostly she is completely deadly. She's charming when she wants to be, but she is just pretty much a one-person killing machine. And Laura Haddock is really believable in the character of Max. As far as Noah Centineo, it's a very fully fleshed performance because Owen Hendricks, he has a lot of layers to him, which is really what I loved. Another big aspect of what I loved about The Recruit. The Recruit has a lot of things going on in his brain. There's a lot of things that he has to prove regarding his relationship with his family, and he's also has a very interesting relationship with his roommate, a couple of his roommates, which I don't want to really get into the plot synopsis or what's going on with that because I don't want to give too much details, but there are some really intricate situations with one of his roommates played by Fievel Stewart, I believe is her name. So she's very, very good in this one as well. There's a lot of different subplots in The Recruit, and for me, pretty much all of these little subplots worked for me, except there was this one little offshoot situation regarding one of the CIA lawyers that I was wondering why it was there in the first place. and it was just maybe to fill up time, but that's maybe just 20 minutes out of an entire hours upon hours of content that I was able to watch. So overall, I really enjoyed the ensemble characters. They're very memorable, but ultimately with The Recruit, it really lies on the relationship between Max and Owen, and Noah Centineo and Laura Haddock are both fantastic. Whenever they're together, either bantering back and forth or verbally abusing each other or trying to manipulate or outfox the other person, it's always great to watch. Actually, if it was just them doing the series as they're running away from the bad guys or the good guys or whatever, I don't know, maybe I'd even like it even more, because they really fill that space together and they're fantastic. Ultimately, The Recruit is worth watching just based on the pure chemistry that they both have and the execution of their respective roles. The one thing I did not like about The Recruit, and I felt this was a flaw, I'm not going to give it too much of a subtraction because of it. By the end of the 8th episode, I wanted a little bit more of a resolution with a couple of the situations that arose. You're waiting, at least I was waiting for throughout the entire series, just for a couple of characters and their arcs to be resolved or some kind of resolution. I was a little bit disappointed with the way episode 8 ended. It's a memorable ending, and it's an ending that you might actually want to go back and watch again, but there were a couple of loose threads that I just wanted it to be tied up in a nice little bow, at least by the end of the first season. And I understand pretty much for the need of for cliffhangers and whatnot, but yeah, I just wish there were a couple things. I wish a couple of those puzzle pieces were actually put together by the end of the first season. And then, because there's so many different questions that we have going into if there is a season 2 of The Recruit, I just wish, with all the work that you're putting into those 8 episodes, I wanted at least 1 or 2 of those things resolved. Again, that is a minor quibble. If The Recruit second season was on in a month from now, I would binge watch it again. Okay, but I would binge watch it. So it's just me complaining that we may have to wait another year for season 2 or whatnot. But as of a season 1 situation, The Recruit works on so many different levels. Solid action film. The first 2 episodes are directed by Doug Liman. You might know the director Doug Liman from his movies Edge of Tomorrow and The Bourne Identity. Very good at directing action and character-driven action stuff. And he also did American Made. Excellent filmmaker. So he directed the first 2 episodes. There's some comedic elements regarding Noah Centineo, who plays Owen and his roommates. There's some really light moments with them, and that gets to be fleshed out as well. There are a couple of espionage, spy, chess game moments as well, too. Especially there's one episode where there's not even actually any kind of action whatsoever. It's just him trying to figure out a situation within his office. Okay, and let's just say that he's trying to figure stuff out in the office, and he's trying to play politics while also checking in on his own personal mental health. So I thought that was a very interesting episode, and it was just a complete anomaly compared to the rest of the 8 episodes. So overall, high marks for me for The Recruit. Again, leaves a little bit too much of a cliffhanger for me. I did love the ending. Overall, it's buoyed by great performances. I am going to give The Recruit 4 out of 5 stars. Really excited that I was actually able to see this on Netflix just a little bit earlier. So thanks to Netflix for supplying me with the early screening link or the early access. And yeah, tell me what you think of The Recruit. Is 4 out of 5 too much? Should have been a 5 out of 5? 0 out of 5? I don't know. Tell me what you think. I thought Noah Centineo and Laura Haddock, they're just fantastic. I want to see them in season 2 right now. Okay, so again, tell me what you think of The Recruit. I'm babbling too much. Take care, guys. Thanks again for supporting this channel. Bye.